Hello, I'm Jere Kirkpatrick, and I'm teaching the fundamentals of metal shaping. Before we get started with the video, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. When I went to this conference to do demonstrating on oxyacetylene, welding, aluminum, and steel, my YouTube channel had 989 subscribers, and when I got back from the conference on Sunday night, 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. When I posted my first YouTube video 2 years ago, I had no idea that making more videos would be what I'd be doing, nor did I know that people would like what I have to produce. So I hope to be putting out many more on both metal shaping and on how to make the tools that I use for shaping metal. Now about this video, you'll see several clips, well, 2 clips on each of the instructors, both Ron Covell, Lazze, and I. Plus there was a fellow there from the Netherlands demonstrating his planishing hammer. He calls it a mech hammer. And there was another fellow there that made dies for a Pullmax machine, and one other did a small demonstration on how to set solid rivets. So those are the videos that you'll be seeing. Also, I had a friend of mine carrying the cameras around and shooting whatever he thought was appropriate. So I had no control over what was what the finished product would be. I just cut so to let you see a small amount of each of the demonstrators, and so that's what we'll be looking at today. For Ron Covell, Lazze, and myself, I'll be leaving a link to their websites below. Now let's get on with the video.
When you stop learning, you start dying.
You can still remember what you did last night.
Yeah, it came back to me actually now when I see this, and I remember how much we had with this before when we did it in the class.
Then he has all those people in the classroom who do it wrong, so that...
The students, in the classes, I tell them, you're going to do something different, some new mistakes that I never seen
Series.
But then they are not afraid to do mistakes because that's okay. Because all we do is producing a result. We don't fail. We don't do mistakes. We're producing a result. The result maybe is not what we want, but that's the result. But it feels a little better, you know.
That's the
Don't
other thing.
be afraid
is,
to do
when you
mistakes.
first start and you're adjusting your pressure.
If you don't do any mistakes, you don't do anything.
You want to let the hose, you know, I got 20 feet of hose and then this here. Yeah, so if I had a lot of pressure in there, it would take a while for that to break down.
So the fit I have is probably good enough to move ahead with. I could maybe spend more time with it, but for today's demo, I think it's plenty good enough. So let's start clamping this into place.
What thickness is the material?
Didn't hear you.
What thickness is the material?
It is 63 thousandths or 1/16 of an inch, and the material is 3,003/814. That's pretty much the most widely used material for automobile body work. Back when I started my career, I was making race car bodies, dragster bodies, and the standard for that industry at the time was 50 thousandths, 050. And quite a few racing cars use thinner material because it weighs less. But for street vehicles, 060 is pretty much the standard. So I just did something and didn't tell you about it. I twisted this part a little bit because that's what this part requires. There's a little twist out on the top and twist out on the bottom.
Smaller beads, you can do really nice ornaments. Like way back in the 50s, they used a lot of the edges.
Yeah, no.
So
I think he's got 3 sizes of, how many sizes of beads do you have now?
Six. With the square blocks, there were 6.
Okay.
So each block has 2 sizes in it. And if you need a specific one, you can tell us. It will be made. So it comes with 3 square blocks and the upper insert is for the upper die.
And I know there's some way to do a tool holder for the pull max that would be interchangeable with the Kirkside tooling that you make.
Now, are you getting some kickback from
Lazze?
Lazze for mentioning all this stuff?
He promised he's not going to tell on me and tell my wife the bad things. No. You know, yeah. Lazze has had a profound effect on me in the quality of my work and in the way I think in life. And he deserves the credit for it, good or bad, the same as Ron Covell does.
The flux. The blue will take it out, and then I'll give you a number 3. It's a 3, and that brings it up to the number 5. That's what you want to use. And I'll give you also a clear lid for tin buttons.
So regular old shade 5 you don't recommend because you can't see the colors, or is it just not? You know, just a regular set shade 5 glasses.
You can't see because of the yellow hue in the state.
Okay.
You need something to cut through that, otherwise you can't see down into it.
I'm using didymium.
I use those.
It's glass blowing lenses.
Yeah, look on the glass blower site. But they might be the same price.
I don't know. I mean, they're cheaper than like the Tin Man Tech ones. But see, like I've used John's Tin Man Tech ones. I've never used a didymium lens, and I can see out of John's perfectly the ones from Tin Man. I don't know. I've never tried it with your blue lenses.
I've only used the didymium for forest problems. In the forest. So I don't know the answer. I do use them for plasma cutting because they're so light, you know, you can see through them. And then when you start and finish, you always get that flash. So I just use it to take the ultraviolet and again.
Between Lazze and Ron and Jere and stuff, because Gene's a whole seminar by himself. Yeah.
So here comes the tricky part to make this round.
So we went to the first workshop that he had down at his place in Mojave, and we had the teardrop prayer. They all stayed there. Gene would start at dawn, and he would end whenever the last person asked the last question. It did not matter how late it was.
So when I do this, you can see that I can't, the only way I can steer it is this way or this way. So the reason why I'm standing here is to have the same gap between the die and the bead.
It works.
So you're actually forcing that
can steer it either this way or this way, yes.
But if you push down on this hand, will it move closer here?
Now,
Okay.
if I go this way, it goes the closing up the gap. If I go this way, the gap will be bigger.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna make a lot of
So
crap.
this,
That's good dumpster. 33, 34, 4. Same basic technique to do it for
so this is the car. This is. So what you can do is take.
You're taking the sharpness out of that.
Yeah, I'm making it round now. Yeah. Because to bend this with the radius die from scratch, it didn't work out so well for me.
No, other than the traditional way,
So this edge is already on the car. This panel here.
So that's what it looks like now after I bent that. I can always shrink it a little bit now to make the window part straight, and then I can run it again. And of course it needs little hammer and dolly work too. So it only took 3 different pairs of dies to get
What did you start? I missed what you started with.
I started with this. This is the one that I made earlier.
Which car is this? The
33, 34, 3.
So that part is fitted and left to the bus, and I don't think that took more than about 12 minutes. It was pretty fast. Questions so far? So somebody asked why I couldn't use a flat face tool in the corner. You see the marks it's making? That's why. So because the part has a big curve here, you need to use a tool with a curve that matches or the marks. Once it lays down flat, it's different because it's pretty flat once the curve is clear. Go ahead and roll those edges over. Questions so far? Yeah, this is the easy part. So of course these need to be trimmed so they meet each other. And why do you think that? What's driving that thought?
like this way, right down way.
So half the curls on one side, half the center. Yeah, that's the way I do it. So I like to divide the difficulty between both parts. If I put the joint down low, if I put it here, then it makes the top a lot more difficult to make and the sides a breeze because it has very little curl. And in the same manner, if I put the joints here and here, that makes the top pretty easy to make at the expense of creating very difficult sides because they need such a big curl on top. So I try and find that balance. Very often, if you hold something at a 45-degree angle and just bring it up to touch your form, that'll tell you where the joint goes. That's assuming it's the right angle point. Now if it's less than a right angle like it is here, we're probably going to divide that angle in half. So that's the target I'm shooting for the pattern. Questions so far?
Then I have this little table that is used as a guide. So you can't mess up. If your upper die is in here, you just go until the end. And and it can have any form that you like. This is great for whatever detail and.
You never taught high school, have you? You've never taught high school, have you?
No.
Okay, that can't screw up part.
But you can if you need your if you want to use your own dies, you need to change it. The end stop, it doesn't have the flat.
That's why you're getting a little bit of it
Yeah.
up and down with.
That's
the
why
flat.
it digs in here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of room, and this is the end stop actually. But normally you gotta. And I run really fast, so that's why you have these little little lines in there. But if you go a little bit slower,
This is about not enough.
it's you would be really good at this. Just being slow.
That's all right. I think
You see?
slow.
How much? 60 bucks on eBay.
Damn kid.
60 bucks on eBay.
The titanium glass.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a dippy.
Bring up fake too.
If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. After the conference was over, I sat down and talked to Lazze and Ron Covell for a while, and Lazze mentioned that his classes for 2017 are completely full, but you can give him a call or contact him in some way and sign up for his 2018 classes. And Ron Covell, on his website, you'll see a link for his website below. He will have a calendar of where you can see him on his website. When I was talking with Ron Covell, I mentioned that I was going to be doing a tank roll video, and he graciously gave me a set of 1/2-inch dies. He calls them rollover dies to do my video with, so you'll be seeing that one coming up shortly. If you look below the description on this video, I've left a link for Trick Tools, and that's where Ron Covell is selling his roundover dies. You can also get a set of modification plans for the plate type bead roller, and you can find that on my website. If you have any comments on this video, please leave them below the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.